We've been doing the Truth Teller series lately. And I think the truth about Brent Venables at Oklahoma is 2025 is as important for him as 2025 will be for any head coach in major college football. He went from 6-7 to 10-3, back to 6-7 last year. Oh man, everyone was so ready for them to go from 10-3 to jumping into the playoff conversation. Jackson Arnold, like it was supposed to be his era. It just wasn't. It was dead on arrival. I'm not putting it all on Jackson Arnold. Like there was a lot wrong with the offense last year. So he goes and he hires Ben Arbuckle as his new offensive coordinator from Washington State. It's got to work. It's got to work. You can't whiff twice on that hire. And it's got to work. Now, I think it will work, but I've got to be right there. It's got to work. One of the things you always want to look at is how does a place look once a guy leaves? So how did Clemson look once Brent Venables leaves? This is why I got no doubts about the guy's football mind, and anyone who doubts that, I think probably there's a different discussion to have. That Clemson identity changed a little bit when Venables left. In fact, a good bit. And conversely, you look at Oklahoma defensively. They went from 122nd to 79th to 19th. So that's taken over for Lincoln Riley. There was no defensive identity to speak of there when Venables walked in. And so he immediately got to work on the side of the ball he specializes in. It's just doesn't really mean anything if you don't have the quarterback play and you don't have the OC worked out on the other side. But I do think he's at the best place he can possibly be. Like if you're a head coach that's a first-time head coach, if you're a first-time head coach, if you're in desperation mode, you can at least rest assured that at Oklahoma, you'll have everything you need. You'll have good players, you'll have good administrative support, facilities, like everything, the support, everything you need there to win is there. You've got to win. I think it's completely fair. This is not his first year. No one's saying you got to come in and win immediately. There's a reason why they wanted him. He reflects the values and principles of Oklahoma. I think his sort of identity and belief system reflects that of Oklahoma. The fan base wanted him. There's a reason because they see a lot of themselves in him. But that's all assuming you're a winner. That's all assuming you know how to win. And it's totally fair to give the coach everything on the plate that he's going to need, and by year 4, expect him to be winning big at Oklahoma. That's fair. Brent Venables wouldn't disagree with that. He knows that's fair. So that's the beauty of competition, isn't it? That's the beauty of coaching in major college football when you got a place that's structurally sound, and Oklahoma's about as good as it gets in that category, and they come in and your guys come in and you're given a little bit of time. I mean, by year 4, you ought to be humming. And if it's not, then there's a tougher conversation. Wow, I don't know where that comes from. That's watching too much Netflix, because that is not my natural accent. It's just crazy how much this time last year, people thought, me included, people thought that Brent Venables' name would be linked to Jackson Arnold. And it's got to be John Mateer, as it turns out. I mean, think about saying that a year ago. A year ago, Jackson Arnold is the former Elite 11 MVP, and he's come in and he's sat for a year, and now he's going to be the starting quarterback at Oklahoma, like he's the quarterback of the future. That was the way it was. Think about saying this time last year, no, I'll tell you who Brent Venables is going to have to hitch his wagon to is John Mateer. The kid at Washington State, yep. What's going to happen? Like you would want to know what's about to happen. Is Jackson Arnold going to quit football? No, it just wasn't a good situation. So this has got to be the year. That's the truth about Venables. This has got to be the year that he makes it happen.